Hello guys, I'm your friend Insect. So the last time we just did some UI design and made a dialog like this. In this video, we are going to combine those logic together to make it a whole scene. Okay, at the first, let's check out the code. What can we get from this? At the first, we have a key statement, the log it in. At the first, it is equal to false. So if we refresh this page, it will lead us to this dialog. And in this dialog, we are going to input our username and the password to it. We want to make sure if we click the login button, the backend or the logic will lead us, will help us to create a new user if we haven't registered our account before. But if we did, then he'll just log in that user. So in this case, we have to define an action, which is handle the submit button. So here we're going to create a new function, handle submit. Here we got two methods to solve this problem. The first method is to store all users' stuff at the state. The other way for that is to store the username and password to the local storage. I'll just store those things in the local storage at the first. I'm going to do some attempting. Alright, here in the handle submit function, we have to do something. For example, we're gonna receive the username and the password, and we have to say if the username equal to none and the password equal to none, or if the thing equal to empty, we will do something. And we're going to remain our user. So you get something wrong. So please check your username or password. And also we have to return this function. Good, that's our handle submit function in here. So after the user clicks the sign in or sign up button, we will run that function. That's that store that commits. You need to know the action. Actually, the first parameter it got, it's the context, and it's useless. You can just ignore it by using this function, this symbol. And here I'm going to say handle submit with the username, which is this that username, and this that password. Done. That's it. And after that, if we did that scene, we can set the user login state to true. Good. Let's try this out. First we do this, then we input this, click the login or log up scene. No, we got nothing in here. Unknown maintain type handle submit. So it's not a maintain. It's something else. So we should use the dispatch function. Good. Now let's just try it again. Okay, we got something wrong. It is said that the library cannot connect to the GUN library. The reason for that is that we should start our GUN server. Alright, we can just go to the load models GUN and run this command to run a GUN server. We'll try to do that. We will try to do that. Okay, it's worked. Now we can go back to this page and click the login stuff. We still get something wrong. Let's refresh this scene. Here we get another problem. Error in before create hook. Type error cannot read the properties storm from the undefined stuff. So can we just do something like this? Storm and dispatch. Okay, another problem in here. Uncatch in promise type error cannot read the property comments of undefined. So instead of saying that, we can just say this with the command function. Let's try it out. Okay, nothing wrong about that. Let's do this again. Type our username and password. Click this button. Got another one. Cannot read the property as of undefined. Do it again. Still got wrong. Uncut type error cannot read the property as of undefined. Do this again. Uncut error from that cannot read property as of undefined. Fine, let's do this again. Uncut arrow cannot reach the odds of undefined. Maybe we can just say the user, the gun, without define anything. So the user, the gun, the storm. Good. Let's try this again. Okay, this time we got it right. Wrong user or password. How it is password? Let's try another one. For example, A. Wrong user or password cannot be. Okay, before he do that, I'm gonna log it out. Window.console.log. Your username is the username, and your password is a password. Let's do it again. Okay, here we got it. Your username is A. Your password is undefined. It's not right, right? So we get some problem with the password. I'll print out the password to say where it gets wrong. It's okay, at least in here. Then from here I'm going to check that again. Alert with the password undefined. So this is where we get wrong. We cannot pass it to staff, but we can give it an object. So let the username equal to object.username, and let the password equal to the object.password. And in here, instead of pass it to staff, we will just do something like this: username and the password. Cool, let's try this out. Okay, we still get wrong user or password, but it's okay. Let's do this again. Wrong user or password. It's quite strange. No matter what kind of string we give it to the other function, it will always return us this. It shouldn't be. Here we got a function creates a new user and calls callback upon completion. User create, it takes the line, user line, and the password and a callback function. If it's a success, it will return you OK. Otherwise, it will return you error. So here instead of the ours, oh, here I got it. It is the login function, right? It's a login function. We don't need to log in, buddy. So if we get something wrong, that means there has two possibilities. That one of them is we don't have an account, so we need to create one. If that was true, we need to check the logup function. Here's the logup function. User create. So we will create this stuff. We will create a user with a username and password. If the OK in that acknowledgement, we will save that username and password, and we will say sign up successfully. Otherwise, we will print out the error messaging. Cool. Let's do some changes before we. Okay, we don't need to. Everything. Oh, here it is. The user, then, and the password. And we also need to set the change user login state to true. Good. Let's try this out. Wrong user or password, but we sign up successful. Then we get into a page like this. If we refresh this whole website, it will not show us the window again. It's kind of annoying. So we will say, if we can make it better, first we will say login as the first state is true, and we will try to log in. If we cannot log in, we will set it to false. Or if we can log in, then we will set it to true. Good, let's refresh it again. Okay, now everything just works fine and good. So at least in this video, we have solved how to create a gun.js user and how to create that account and how to let it log in. But there got a problem for us. We haven't do anything. We haven't created any button to let the user log out from their login. Fine. I'll just leave it there. I won't do that function. So if a user cannot log out, it's not my problem.